And we're back with more stories, The Path of Destinies. So if I get cut off or something like that, or if the video just like kind of chops, it's probably going to be because I had to step out for a bit and actually go say goodbye to some neighbors, some old friends that are stopping by right now to see my mom, actually. One of my best friends from elementary school, her mom is here to talk to my mom about like some products and some health products and stuff like that. So if that happens, I'll probably just cut the video, paste it together, and then we can continue on with the playthrough. So, all right, let's continue again.
Can't we just agree to disagree? Said Renato. No?
Perfect strike. Attack immediately when the previous attack hits. To land a perfect strike, bonus damage and double combo bonus. Yeah, that's basically Batman. Except for I never figured out how to work it in Batman either. It's kind of confusing, so.
It was good to practice your moves, thought Renato. Keeps you limber.
So I have to attack right as the other one's hitting. So land.
It was definitely easier to fight inanimate objects.
So I was like watching the first episode again, and I was trying to understand why. Excuse me, I had to burp. Trying to understand why I couldn't get the story so far, because if you think about it, think about the story and how it was told at the beginning. It said that Renato plundered the floating isles. His mom called him to her deathbed so that she said, don't die or whatever. And then they go all of a sudden to some kind of emperor of this place. Starts with a U or whatever. And he's all like turning into a bad guy. And he has these ravens go attack this place to get some books or whatever. And then all of a sudden it talks about the little rabbit kid whose name is Peter or whatever. And he comes out of nowhere. It's like they're expecting us to know who that is. And then all of a sudden it says that his mother told him to watch over this kid. Like we're supposed to know who it is and why she told him to watch over him. And I'm like, this already doesn't make any sense. So, those are some major plot holes. And I'm not sure if they realized what they were doing.
Dirty and bloody, Renato finally reached Lapino. The rabbit was practicing his shuffle. Renato recognized the cards. It was Lapino's favorite deck. Oh, I thought you were in danger. I am. The ravens are coming. Oh, the prison thing. Right, yeah, see, this guard owed me 53 ducats, so we made a deal. They're very reasonable people, actually, for weasels. Now, I got a brilliant plan to kidnap Zenobia. We capture Zenobia, we find out what she knows, and that's the whole war right there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Who the heck is
Capture the
Zenobia?
Emperor's greatest general, who also happened to be a deadly sorcerer and his only daughter. That would be worth it. On the other hand, he could still get to the core of the Sky Ripper, even if he couldn't get the whole thing. It must have great power.
Renato and Lapino were back together, but Renato still needed a game changer to save the rebellion. Maybe Lapino was right. Maybe they should go kidnap the Emperor's only daughter and greatest general, Zenobia. Extracting intel out of her would turn the tide in the Civil War. Why is she, like, not a toad? She's a cat. They're obviously supposed to have love interest right there. I was like, what? Zenobia, that's like the Resident Evil Revelations. The Queen Zenobia. Even though Renato could no longer get to the Sky Ripper's armature, its core was still within reach. Maybe he could still harness its power with Lapino's help. Love interest thingy, love interest thingy. Let's go with the love interest.
Zenobia wasn't just the Emperor's daughter, of course. She'd been Renato's best friend in Sword Fu school.
Called it.
And you're still mad for her, the rabbit reminded him. They'd been close. She'd told him things no one else knew. but she never told him who she really was. She knows all the Emperor's plans, chuckled the master spy. She won't give them up easily. She'll tell the interrogators, all right, said Lapino. Taking her would change the game, all right.
She's like Carmelita Fox, it's like Cooper. I see the stupid little loading bubble things are no, they go. They're back to normal now. So I was looking at the recording or whatever, and you're not probably gonna notice it, but there are these tiny black bars that only appear sometimes on some games below. So I might have to change the aspect ratio of the display boxes for my PlayStation 4 just so that I don't have to zoom in or crop those images out.
Under
So.
Zenobia's control. I had to admire her efficiency. Renato shivered at the thought of Zenobia at the mercy of the interrogators. Could he really turn her over to them? But this was war. It wasn't meant to be pretty.
I still can't even see my stamina bar. And I can't tell when this game is saving, so I'm not sure like when I can actually like quit the game and stuff. Unless it says somewhere that it auto saves, but I can't tell. I'll have to keep an eye out. The lighting's really good though. Looks really nice. Whee! Uh.
Hero wall. Hero sword. Ice wall. Ice. Key.
Need some health. I was trying to get the grab that thing. I can't grab it, I guess. I was trying to get the perfect free flow or the critical hit.
Gogglers. Renato hated gogglers. It was almost impossible to sneak past them. If one didn't spot you, another one would.
The heck is going on? I haven't really learned their pattern. No, shoot!
Who should have faked left and then gone left, he thought. And then, he never thought again.
So I can attack them. Good to know.
Huh? A lever? That was new. Most people still use doorknobs.
There's that use for that, for attacking. Glad I found something out. Or a use for that thing in some way. Yeah, where's my stamina bar, man?
So, what's this plan of yours? Use me as bait, said Lapino. And he outlined a slightly complicated plan that involved geese, a net, setting the Farfarer a little bit on fire, Lapino dressing as an old blind toad, and Renato hiding inside a monstrous
watermelon.
What could possibly go wrong? Thought Renato.
Go for Lapino's geese, net, fire, toad, watermelon fly. Not the time for harebrained schemes. Let's go with it.
Oh, this is gonna be fun, said Lapino as he ran to go set up his marvelous plan. A crafting bench. Renato wondered what he could make with it.
The fire sword. Upgrade. Need more water essence. Collect the required materials to craft the sword. Cost energy.
His trusty old sword was always a little better when he sharpened it.
Swords continue to consume energy while activated. Switch swords. Wait, hold up. I have not even collected anything. You know me, every single time that I hear those sound effects, I gotta make a song out of it. What? Whew. It's like sometimes you can't really tell, you just have to look at his animation to realize that he's actually going to go attack somebody, but once it slows down and goes slow motion, kind of, you have to kind of figure it out for yourself, so.
Renato felt dubious about the whole plan.
There we go, saving up in the
Every
corner.
step, he was waiting for it all to go horribly wrong. But against all odds, Lapino's idiotic plan worked. Zenobia's ravens ran off after the geese, the net dropped, and Renato jumped out of the watermelon and put his sword to Zenobia's throat. Renato, she said, are those new scars? They look good on you. You never return my velvet jacket. It was my favorite. You look stupid in velvet. Oh, what does an imperial princess know about style? Oh, get a room, you two, said Lapino. But the fleet was coming on fast, so they put Zenobia on the Farfarer and took her east, over the Nexus. She'd vanished from Swordfu School, from his life, without even saying goodbye, without ever telling him she was the Emperor's adopted daughter. Ah, Lapino was right, Renato thought reluctantly. She knows things. She recognized his look. You're taking me to the interrogators, aren't you? She said, wide-eyed. And then she jumped, with horror. Renato saw Zenobia plummeting. Then he saw the Nexus below them. Cats always land on their feet. Ah, she'll head for the Imperial outpost, yelled Lapino. You have to catch her.
Skydiving time! Or unless we're gonna like take the ship, which I kinda hope we get to. Be like Treasure Planet.
Cats can run faster, but foxes can run longer. If he ran, he could head her off before she reached her minions at the outpost. Well, he did love a good chase. There was a sign. Take the goat across first.
Yeah.
He was practically sure he'd find something useful in one of these things. Who needed bridges anyway?
Yeah. Yeah. What? No! Go back. I want to get the other thing. Come on. Dang it. That's kind of cool though. That lets you fast travel, but still. There we go. Alright, now fast travel me. Since I can't open the other door anyways. This is what I'm talking about though, guys, when I said that I need to always get these collectibles. I always gotta go off the beaten path and find the extra stuff so I don't have to do it later. I like the level design, it's pretty cool. Crap. Avoid the Warlock's fire spell. It will damage everyone in the area once it explodes. Oh, what the heck? Combo breaker. How am I supposed to like do 2 at a time though? Did they get that right? Did they add that from Batman 2? I don't think they did, because I don't think I can counter 2 at the same time. Where are we going? What just happened?
He was closing on her. He could smell her fear. He tried not to think about the interrogators at the secret base. What did they do to her? Maybe it didn't have to end that way. Maybe he could talk to her. But, after all, there were worse things the Imperials had done to friends of his.
Dang it, I didn't get to go back. Oh well.
How could he have let her escape? Why hadn't he shackled her? Bernardo wasn't used to being on this side of the whole prisoner-jailer thing.
I think what I'm gonna have to do to learn how I can fight is learn what each combo looks like.
Bernardo checked to make sure his sword was still working.
Yep.
Yep.
No. Oh, okay, I was about to say I thought I was gonna fall down. How can I get across? Can I dash across? Ah, guess not. But seriously though, where is the... There's no touchpad thing. See, how am I supposed to do 2 at a time? Do I upgrade it and do 2 at a time later? Nice.
Renato reached the outpost. The Imperials there were no match for him. Soon after, Zenobia limped up the path. When she realized he was already in front of her, she didn't even try to run. Oh, you left without saying goodbye. Again, he said, please. I'm enjoying this a little too much, she said, shaken. Oh, spare us the chit-chat, would you? Said Lapino as he shackled her hands so she couldn't throw spells. She knows all his plans. All the way back to the Farfarer, Lapino nagged Renato about how the interrogators would pry all the intel out of Zenobia. How that would turn the tides in the imminent battle. All they had to do was take her to the rebels' secret base. Renato didn't like to think about what the interrogators would do to her. Couldn't he just talk to her?
Nope. But I'm not all about that old interrogating torture thing, so...
As they pulled away from the Nexus, Renato could see the fear in Zenobia's eyes. I can't take her to those creatures at the base, he whispered to Lapino. Ah, you've gone soft. Soft in the head. We captured her for what she knows. I'll take her to the mountains. Tell all the horrible things the Emperor's done. Yeah, believe me, she'll turn. And he turned the wheel. The hell you will, shouted Lapino, and he grabbed the wheel back from him. The two of them wrestled for control of the ship. It shot off like a mad sparrow. Suddenly, Renato was falling.
I think there's pros and cons to having only one voice actor. It does make it feel more like a storytelling kind of thing, but at the same time, it's like, you know, you could have made some a lot more interesting characters if people actually voiced their own parts, and they could break the fourth wall and interact with other people.
Was standing over him. Why didn't you take me to the base to be interrogated? She demanded. Do you know what's left of people they interrogate? This is some trick, isn't it? To make me fall for you again. Well, I won't. Oh, go on then. Scurry back to your ravens. I can't stop you. But strangely, she didn't. As Renato set off to find the Farfarer, she followed him, keeping just out of sight of the ravens. If I craft a sword now, it's going to be really short.
What? Sounded like he was about to talk about something else, and then he was like, if I craft a sword now. Where's she gone? She's like not even over here. Glad those didn't fall off.
Big eyes you have.
What?
hoped his mother wasn't watching.
She just kind of stayed there. Zenobia, she didn't even come with us. Which way am I gonna go first? This way? Okay, that was like perfect. There's a sort of stickiness to the combat. You have to learn when to like leap off of somebody, but sometimes, like I said, he does slow motion or whatever, or he does that last like kind of Batman, like where Batman sort of does a side roll where he jumps and then like uses his foot to kick him in the face, kind of like that.
What were these poles exactly? Parking meters from the time of the lost gods?
Finders keepers, losers weepers. I was trying to go on and attack one of these. The good, the bad, and the
As
grunt.
Renato stopped to sniff the wind, Zenobia came up, still mad. Did you really think you'd just talk me into betraying my father? Oh yeah, sure, that was exactly my plan. Then why aren't you even talking to me? Because I've never talked you into anything in my life. They're gonna court-martial you for letting me go. He caught a whiff of the Farfarer. Wet rope, tar, and a cask of Scoble ale he'd spilt last year. It was that way.
Why does she just keep
A very
standing there? It's so
clever
awkward.
engineer named Elon Muskrat got his start making floating platforms. Not many people knew that.
She's like the Joker from Arkham Knight. She just keeps teleporting all over the place. This is pretty cool, though. Oh, man, I missed that box down there. That treasure chest. Dang, this thing is going up high.
Renato wondered if he should have taken Zenobia to the rebel base for real. Maybe she wasn't playing him after all. After the bleak talk about the Emperor's dark secrets, he was regretting his suspicion.
This bridge is gonna start collapsing or something. No! Crap. Wanted to go get those things. The icicles.
Sure enough, the Farfarer had crashed in some rocks. There's no sign of Lapino. Zenobia caught up. All that kid stuff in Swordfu School. Look, that's the past. We're adults now. We have duties to other people. We have destinies. What are you talking about? And you are the most arrogant, slow-witted, light-fingered, mercenary, moral, reckless. Run away with me, said Renato, and he realized he meant it. Just like that, she demanded. I will, if you will. So she kissed him. And it the best kiss he'd ever had. They held hands as they boarded the Farfarer. Bernardo felt light-hearted, like the winds that were playing the rigging like a balalaika. But Lapino, I need to get back to Lapino, he said, suddenly realizing he could have been captured. A prisoner.
Again.
Not. How did you know? He saw something in her eyes he didn't understand. He fell, didn't he? Into the abyss. She looked away, wouldn't answer. But then a bolt smashed through the Farfarer's keel. The broken ship plummeted out of the clouds.
And he was falling yet again. I think this is where I'm going to end this episode, guys, right after they have their talking part and they introduce in the scene.
Bernardo picked himself off the deck. They were alive. We have to get to my private ship, she said. Do you trust me? I guess
No.
I must, he said. You go on ahead. Clear the path, she said. I can't kill my own soldiers. He wanted to say that he didn't trust her, that he had no idea what he was getting into. But he had no choice, did he? He was following his heart. That's what it means to be a hero. You had to follow your heart.
Okay, I'm done. Alright, I'll see you guys on the next one.
Peace.